May 21st. It's our tradition, it's our pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance. States of America. To the republic which stands one nation, God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have any comments from the public comment? There are public comment section. You just look at it, you see, yeah.
Welcome for French's Lane. First of all, thank you guys for starting to sat in those seats before. I know that it takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication to be there, so thank you. A few years ago, French's Lane got paid, or excuse me, USAC got paid, a little bit of history. Result of joining up the town and residents of Kingston Place when generate dollars to finish off the subdivision. One of which was supposed to be second code on all the roads. The only road today that's got the second code is French's Lane. If you walk the subdivision, you'll see on French's Lane, we're starting to get significant cracks. So we go some crack fill. Ounce prevention, right? But for both French's Lane and Cusack and Ware Road, if nothing else, it gets some of those cracks filled. I think it's going to preserve that base a whole lot. But you're starting to see some serious degradation in the base code. So I'd like to try to do that. Not only start road guy here, remember that.
Road agent is not here on changes.
Yeah. I tried to bring it all in once, but just wanted to put it on the radar for the town. I know there's a lot of priorities. Kathy, I forget how much, but I think there's still funds left over from that. This was to be dedicated to doing all the different things that had to be done at that time. We needed to resurvey plot lines, street signs, you name it, had to be wrapped up, so assessment, put that back on the radar. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kathy, can you remind us for this for next meeting?
Yeah.
So we can talk to that. Anybody have anything else? Right, then since we don't have our police chief, what about the fire chief?
Okay. Engine one is in the process of being sold to the Google Fire Departments in Utah. It's like an active operative. So we had a conversation with the fire chief last week, did a video of the fire truck. They're very interested. So we're kind of wrapping it up. He's getting the shipping arranged and we're gonna get the money wired to us and we're just waiting for the title.
Do they use it for parts or?
No, they're gonna use it as
That's gonna be their, that's gonna be their engine.
yeah. They're excited about it. Okay, sounds good. So that's exciting news. Got the forestry back, it's back in service. You'll see the bill tonight. The pump was 13 years old. We definitely got our money's worth out of it. This was the first repair we've ever done on it. Of course, it was a major repair, but should last us quite a while now. That's it for fire department.
Yes, that one motion for that now. So this is the $6,743 for the force pump repairs.
Yes.
I move to approve the $6,743.70 to be for the fire department force pump repairs.
Where does this money come in?
Has come out of the fire.
Where we call that thing? So I was thinking, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
And for EMC, we're continuing to work on the hazard mitigation plan. We've had our second meeting, which went well. Discussed a lot of different things that needed to be done. And our next meeting is coming up, I think next,
The 11th, 13th.
yeah, something. Hopefully we'll be wrapping up June 75 meetings. I think we're on track to wrap it up, so should be good, unless something crazy happens, but you know, predict that. So that's pretty much it for fire MUC.
You know, you've got too much to talk about.
First off, thank you for not moving through our settlements we made out. So I really, I did a few things today when I get back. Permits me.
Today, your first day
Did that,
back.
everybody. I'm sorry, that was one.
Today is your first day back.
Friday, I think Friday.
Okay.
Sometime Friday, Peter and I went over a lot of stuff, that's been going on with the planning and stuff. So what I really did, I wanted to see where we're at, where we are at. And today, it's the last year. And, so last year we did 83 permits, and we pulled in at this point 17,186.50. And this year, at the same time period, we've done 73 permits and we've pulled in 22,600. So this year seems to be on track to be a little bit better than last year. So once I still haven't done it, I've got to do it, I've got to get to it, is to create plumbing applications and mechanical applications. We should be getting a permit schemes. Right now, I'm just coming under the building. Those should be separate permits still. That will help along with some of the writing as well. I'll get to those.
Assuming Peter brought you up to speed on EDU, the changes to.
I did get the notification from the engineer that was in last week or the week before.
Okay.
That was going for the special permit. If the applicants would stop it. And then that was the first thing, heard of it. I know it was in the works. I guess they approved it, the state approved it,
Apparently, that's what.
and it's, I believe it's active now. It's not January 1st.
July.
It was July 1st of this year.
Yeah.
Not next year.
Right.
So it's active, so I did see that and,
So we're going to see a lot of applications for ADUs with the
We'll come with-
application.
so I'll make sure that, we talked about putting together a list of what's required, that way they have, you know, that applicant has a list without, coming to me without basic seven, so on, so forth. I'll work with Peter on that. We can set that up and talk about putting it on the website as well. So we'll work on that. And, I have one on my desk, well, one in an email right now, so. So I get a little next week. And so I won't have to present that to the board at all, obviously, right? I mean, that's basically what the way it's written up.
Yeah.
So I will do it. If you have any questions
Yeah.
after it's completed, just ask me. I'll have everything ready for you.
I think Peter has said the board talked about still keeping a list of them. So the planning board can still keep it on their radar.
That's what the.
Yeah. Yeah, just a running list of accessory dwelling units instead of,
So we can go report on those.
yeah,
In the back, in the shop. I
right.
can generate a list of the
Do we have a tag for accessory dwelling unit? Or is it just a building permit?
Maybe we should, but when I mean, the way I got it, the way I designed it in the systems, I think I do put ADU on.
Okay. Okay.
So.
That would be an easy way to try.
That'll be generally.
Like a sensitive, yeah.
That's about it.
See, our energy committee has shown up. They,
Yeah. Okay.
so,
So I have updates about the solar panels and community power that I want to get put forward. So the first one was obviously we finished, phase zero. So the certificate of completion, which is the part that of the signs been barrier has been signed, every single copy. So that's the binary piece as far as the town is concerned. Now Unitil is asking the solar power company for some clarifying questions, and then once that's done, come out and swap the meter. The minute that happens, we can turn on the system. Which is good news. As soon as that happens, we start using energy. We were going to have a ceremony of sorts to turn it on. I was gonna invite you guys, most of them to come. It's not that exciting, it's just turning on the switch. That's outside. It's actually on right now, so I can put it off. Yeah. That's about it. That's all that needs to happen. Now, in the meantime, I'm doing several other things to line up that day. So the first one is I worked with Kathy today. We're going to be selling renewable energy credits to clean energy, the community power coalition from New Hampshire, so our community power company. So they will buy our recs at $35 per megawatt. So that's good, because the 35 will make a year means an extra $1,000 for the town. That I uploaded, I just need a couple more pieces of information and it's also buying the word, and then we're going to start selling them quarterly. And then the other thing was getting out of the community power. So the account for this building has to be unenrolled from the program because of all the issues with the state and how difficult it is to, or impossible it is to be a net meter customer and a community power customer. So unfortunately, we'll need to remove this account. I started that process, so Kathy can probably reach out to you soon. Hopefully without, I'm sure they're aware, we've been talking to the coalition about this project, so they don't know, but if they ask, that's really what's right. We have solar panels here, we can no longer be in the program without losing all of our excess energy. So that's the solar panel project, this solar panel project. Then they're also talking to the solar panel company about potentially running a solarized campaign. So that's something that we're gonna bring up with you guys. There's nothing, the town is not sponsoring anything, but we will be talking to residents about it. So the idea is, solarized campaigns are run throughout the state all the time. What it means is one company is selected generally by the town, but not necessarily. And what they do is they will give the town, their dedicated time, say 2 months of the summer. And they'll just, whoever signs up during that period of time will get preferential treatment, as in accelerated treatment. So the company will buy all the material for all the houses that are interested, and then install all, sort of all at the same time. They will give us an extra discount, usually it's 10-15% on top of whatever rebates you're going to get. And of course, we're trying to get it in this year so that I won't take advantage of the 30% that's going away by the end. More benefits than that would be just simpler, quickly permitting. So Gina will work with you to make sure that if we have an influx of, 10, 15 of these projects all at the same time, we'll work with the solar panel company to make it easier on you and on everyone else. But they should all be processed about the same. Regular residential solar panel companies. We'll talk with companies soon. We have our energy meeting next week or in 2 weeks, and we'll put everything together, we'll put a proposal, and if they like it, we'll start advertising to the town. Okay, anything on that?
So the only, so you're ready to start the system up. You said that you got a certificate of completion from
Bob,
Bob, signing up on
he
that.
signed up.
So I still have to sign up and building permit.
Yeah. That makes sense. Oh, like to get it back.
Yes, for the building permit, I gotta sign off on that.
Okay.
That-
Oh, okay.
And I asked Peter to give me the, he oversaw the project while I was out. And, asked him to give me the, his report, so I can put it in. So if you get that for me.
Yes.
And then the other, only one other thing was that, Jeff and I were talking, is there an emergency situation, is there a shutdown sequence or this? Okay, so at some point, maybe you want to, have Jeff, right, with the points, and maybe somebody in town here should.
Yes. Yes, what will happen is once we get the, approval from the utility to interconnect, and it's about the meter. We have, part of the contract with Department and the super power companies that they will actually come out and do a training with everybody from the town that is interested. So that'll go over all the safety features, the online reporting, like tooling that we would happen. And generally they do more of the explanation of the renewable energy credits net metering program, but I just gave you all the great.
Yeah. That's the big thing, is, the emergency.
Yeah, the other good set of good news is that because we're able to move the inverters into here, so the shut off is a lot easier. I mean, the shut off is fine.
Yeah, they'll be in.
Yes, that's the important. But if else, it's right, so you don't have to go down to the basement to.
So what, we were talking, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But, I originally put an exhaust fan in it, so that moved down because of the,
Yes.
server. The fumes that were there. How much more heat is that putting in there with those inverters? Much more.
Yeah, we're talking already talking about mitigating that, we're probably going to need to vent the.
Yes, that, that's outside there.
Some outside my phone here. Yeah, so.
Yeah, so we,
Reverse.
yeah,
Yeah,
all right, so that's,
yes,
and that exhaust thing should be, as long as there's a. Some sort of vent, like maybe the door, I think we talked about the door, when you, vent the door.
yeah, and what one of the cool things is that if the system starts to overheat, so the inverters themselves are going to throw off some, that's the emergency feature on them. But we don't want to get to that spot. No. Then the system's not properly understanding. So, yeah, have you heard anything, Kathy, from the program?
They haven't given me the quotes yet.
Okay, right,
Other than one.
yeah. Unfortunately, it's on the year, so something's gonna happen. Yeah,
So I have a question in minutes. Because of the usage of this building for the emergency operations center and all that, so anything dealing with the power sources, anything like that, you have to make sure that if it's breaking down and you have to recover it or repair it or something in some way, how it would affect the emergency operations, super garbage or something like that, because this is the epicenter of the town. And any major catastrophes in the town, you have to deal with it.
yeah,
So anything that's sensitive like that, because the original setup, when it was approved by the NRC, and takes all that into account, we, from an operational perspective, we inspire the town. It's got to get looped into the emergency operations plan for the town, so become just part of the active mainstream piece of it. And if this happens, this is what we do. So it's not,
You're talking if something happens to the plant, get shut, the shuts down.
but if there's an incident at the plant, and it's a shutdown. If they have to evacuate or if there are accidents and stuff like that, or if there is an accident, you actually have to evacuate. Stuff like that. It's just like any other emergency situation. We have to be, the emergency operations plan in the city, if something happens, there's steps that have been taken. And if the deal with make the community said, they should have run a monster. So what we need to know is we're doing, make sure that there's what would have to be done to ensure that there's not going to be anything detrimental to the community or even to this building. If this building is in operation, so they should be. In those things.
So if there's something happens with the main power source, obviously the generator kicks in. How's that wired into the system?
Completely accident. So we're not generating, to make any power, so it's not stable.
So my question is,
Completely accident.
if the power shuts down in the building,
They shut down.
that is shut down.
They must shut down within 300 milliseconds, so every panel will be shut off.
And again, they're individual.
Right, individual control, and then this system will also shut down immediately. So no power will go to the panels and no power will be generated from the panels.
So the generator will kick in the building.
Yeah, that's coming there.
Yeah, I know, I understand that, but if we kick the building in, but it will not backfill into that system.
No, what I mean by down there is the solar panel. So where these inverters are connected to the grid are under the meter, so that's before what's considered the main service of the building. And so once the generator kicks on, it shuts off that power. So the solar panels are on the.
Yeah, I'm just curious, I think that's the one, I'm trying to get it, so.
That's gonna kill all the fucking bullshit.
Completely accident. It would only be a concern if we had batteries in place, but there are no batteries.
It's because it kills the power of the building.
To the solar panels.
Well, again, the whole building gets killed, and the solar panels get killed, but that generator will kick in and will lead the power.
Right, like I said before, this is an emergency operations center.
Right, that's what the generator.
Right, so it's gotta be able to make sure that that continues to function, so that we function as a working unit in the community. To deal with anything that's not-
Yeah, I would say that generator probably kicks in, well, minute and a half after the power shuts down.
That sure sounds like the best.
Well, that runs that goes into a test point every 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not sure what.
No, every week, every Wednesday.
Or 2 days, but every month. So,
Start.
you know what's working.
That's right, but it's also be part of the functional operations plan for the town that occurs, so we have to make sure it occurs.
So.
It's just the detail.
The operation plan, instead of going that way.
You can, it sounds like that solar system, once it loses power, it will shut down and then the generator will take over, the emergency operations center will be
Right.
functioning as normal.
So long,
Then, back in anyways,
yeah,
at the fire
and
station.
as long as we all know, and where she didn't say, say this is what.
I wouldn't even count on that. I'd write that system on, because normally during emergency, we either have a humongous thunderstorm, hurricane, tornado, and it's probably gonna be so blackout and dark that the solar panel won't even be able to collect anything anyways, so, we have the old trusty generator.
Well, yeah. So, so long as we all keep in perspective that there may be a time where multiple sections of BOS and other guys and business of town, night and business of town, how to be an operational aspect, like what has to be done, kept going.
It's just more days where generally, that.
Any question, when Kathy, every week the generator kicks on, do you know what time?
It's usually noon time.
Noon time. Does it have to be?
No,
Do we have, let's say, like, we're running in the middle of the night, for example?
would it be better?
Yeah, so we'll have to set.
They're usually set by the factory to do a certain set time.
Yeah.
One power station is on Thursdays at, I think it's at like 7 o'clock, because that's when it came for the factory. We wanted to change it to Tuesdays because we're there on Tuesdays, not on Thursdays,
But then you got the team to come and do it, right?
we can't change it, so.
It goes into a test mode,
Yeah.
it doesn't kick in, it doesn't affect that building.
Oh, it doesn't, it doesn't like that.
It's powers in the building, it's running itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when the automatic transfer switch kicks on, it will kill the solar panel.
Yes,
That's good.
it's gonna kick power altogether from anything above, like you said.
That's fine.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna affect.
I'll confirm with
Oh, yeah, and we'll see it, as soon as we start to see metrics, if we see that, you know, all of a sudden every. We, and noon it shuts down, but yeah, if it works like that, then it should not be a problem. Okay, yeah, that's fantastic. And then for, I don't think there's anything else left to do on our end, because you already paid the company in full, right?
They're paid in full.
Which means
I just
that,
sent out the reimbursement.
yeah, so did you send the New Hampshire Department of Energy the 90%?
Yep.
Invoice, so the last 10%, we're waiting for that final, you've seen the email, we're waiting for the final review from the technical monitor, and we will get that once unit of the list. So once they do that and they see data coming in through the system, we consider the project complete, we can claim the final. Yeah.
Steve, thank you.
Thank
Yeah, for the town,
Yeah.
the work you've done and, congratulations.
Yeah, it's an exciting time. Finally got it. A lot of things we had to do for it, but thankfully nothing was very over. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so then the other item that I had was community power, so that was pretty short. They released the rates and they're once again higher than the utility flow rate. Nothing to do, we're putting out the same message that we did last period. It's we're trying to run the numbers now to see how many dollars a month it's going to affect on average, just in case people ask, but we are keeping a close eye on community power. We're trying to figure out what happened. And we'll get into what happens again in January, but for now, that's all we have. The company's putting out a lot of documents for us to have and customers, residents are asking questions about, you know, the value of the the cost and all that, so we'll have that available as well, also if you have in case anybody asks. And we'll monitor our communication channels, just in case people have questions.
If folks see that difference in rate and they want to take themselves out of community power, they can do that, right?
They can do it, they can change, once a month. So I went through the process this afternoon for this account, it takes 15 seconds, you just put in your account number and your option game or option, and it just does it automatically. So it's very, very easy.
And is there anything, like we have to have a certain number, percentage of residents participating, so if a whole bunch of people change their mind back toward.
100% could opt out and it's still within our contract to, yeah, we're allowed to do it. We're just trying not to cross panic because we could hurt people more by alerting everybody, hey, opt out, because then people won't opt back in when it's beneficial, so we're trying to figure out what's best for residents. For now, just being quiet is relatively okay. If it was outrageously expensive, we would do something about it, but it's not, it's about a cent. We haven't seen the utility rates exactly yet, but they're gonna cost us. That's all I have.
Anybody have anything else for Zeke?
No,
So we'll be the building permit and
yeah, I'll sign off on that. Have to get those lots, those reports, whatever you have.
yes,
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sarah, you joined, you have any issues for us?
Update the board on some information regarding the topic that we started talking about a year ago. With the Secretary of State's grant to help towns purchase a new balcony device. So that discussion started in June of last year. That the Secretary of State's office is announcing a one-time program that is available from June of next year to offset half of the cost of a new balcony device for every town. That procedure requires application to the Secretary of State's office of what we wish to do and approval from the town, to move forward. I have received an invoice. I asked, LHS, who is our current technology provider for the invoice. I asked them for an invoice of their tabulator that was approved by the ballot commission. The cost of that tabulator is $7,000. But the cost of the other machine is also $7,000. And the New Hampshire state credit is $3,500, so the town, the offset to the town would be $3,500. In looking at budget that was proposed last year and passed, I believe that those funds are in my budget. And I just wanted to start the conversation again, because the process, was we agreed to move forward, take some time, and I don't want to lose out on that state at cost. So I have some more details, if anyone's interested.
Is LHS the right partner in this for us?
I believe so,
Okay.
I believe so.
Who's the other vendor?
The other vendor's name is Voting Works.
40 months. But it operates differently than the LHS machine.
It is very different. And they are also not a based
Yeah.
company. We've had an over 10-year relationship with LHS. And I believe confidently that they are who would best support us.
My concern with LHS is that they're gonna get inundated with requests and new issues that they haven't seen before. So it's just a matter of whether or not they're up to the task, but if the only other alternative is, what's that, Voting Works. Then I guess the answer is obvious.
I do have some key points as far as what it is that is different from the old tabulator. I think a very important piece is to know that so we have 2 memory cards for each election, the number of elections. There's an election card and there's a backup card. For the town, school, or the whatever the election and the ballot looks like. And typically when we test the machine, we have to do each card independently. And just one card, for example, a town election takes 4 to 5 hours to test. And we have to do that twice. It's a very long day of testing. A nice feature of the new machine is that you can test both memory cards at the same time. Which for verifying the machine and the results and the time of everyone is a very important piece. It also has an improved system for printing the results tape. It's much easier to read. I believe the font is bigger. And it's not the ink that we're used to that can run and smudge. So it's going to be easier to read the result. Writing report that shows anyone who writes in like a write-in candidate. Different a write-in report counts all write-in votes when a name is written but an oval is not filled in, which is a common thing that we see at the end of the night with write-ins. The ballot box capacity is larger, which is helpful because frequently, especially during a big election like the presidential election, you might have to open the box to push down the ballots because there's so many ballots in there. So it decreases the need to have to do that. which also is a little bit more transparent for people who are concerned about letting boxes to be open. All election files are encrypted and has multi-factor authentication, which is a new feature. Secretary of State's office has had that for a long time for the voter registration system, but now the machine has a multi-factor authentication too. So anyone that is in charge of the box, who will be moderator, has a special card with a code on it to be able to access anything over the machine in the report. Overall, greater security and in seeing the machine demonstrated more than once, I think it's a great choice. The process, once we all decide to move forward, is on the invoice that I received, there's a signature option for acknowledging that the price is accurate and that we wish to move forward with the official purchase. Once that is complete, we would be sent a licensing agreement and a sales contract that would be signed before anything is ordered or delivered. After the agreements are signed, we would be contacted for delivery. And then once delivery is complete, testing of the machine and training of the machine for the election team would begin.
Which election would we do this for first?
Would be the March election in the spring. During delivery, they also provide the town clerk and moderator with training of the hardware and operation. So another thing that Harold and I discussed is the amount of time to allow for as much training as possible is also important because we're learning a brand new.
Yeah.
You kind of have a gist of how the machine works, but actually using reports and understanding. Yeah. The election and ballot preparation process, as well as associated costs like printing the ballots, that process will remain the same. And the LHS help desk is available for any questions during pre-election training, anytime necessary, and a technician will be dispatched to our location for any assistance required. And that's about all I have.
Can't be authorized for use in the community until the board of selectmen at a public meeting at which this is discussed. So we will be required to come back one more time in a public forum. It doesn't have to be a public hearing, but it has to be noticed in a public meeting. The board of selectmen are going forward with a decision.
So that's when you're at the public meeting, she may have to reiterate what she just said for other people.
Yes, and that meeting will be the meeting at which it's announced that a decision has been made about the machine. This one, our recommendation is the LHS machine, not the Public Works machine. And those who are interested in that discussion would have an opportunity at that meeting as to why we chose the LHS machine. And that was, it was an election team decision. We discussed it with the other, Russell, who's in charge of the machine all day, and Peter, Sarah, and myself.
So if you guys have any questions, whether you have them now or think about them later, just let me know. I'm happy to seek the answer if I don't already have it.
We're looking at what, maybe it's September to have that public meeting at which it's announced and the public has their opportunity to question the decision that was made on the LHS machine.
That's solely up to the select board?
Yes, so you are the people who put the machine into use. And so, yes, the decision ultimately comes from the board of selectmen. And hopefully with the recommendation from the election team as support. As by statute, the board is empowered to replace or initially create the device use in our community. So we are going to the replacement.
Does having that meeting hold up anything that Sarah needs to start getting the process going for this, or can you move forward from here? And then we have that meeting in September?
I believe the next step would be to sign the invoice that I have, authorizing that we will pay the bill when that $3,500 is due. So I don't know,
So the contract awarding would be the night of the decision by the board at the following meeting. We go from the invoice to the contract.
So really what we're doing now is we're just putting our approval forward.
Yes.
Getting the heat something.
Yes. That's a public part of the process.
do you think we need a motion?
Yes, definitely.
I'm in. Forward.
All those in favor?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mostly for the 2 memory cards at once.
Other than that, I think that's the office. Thank you.
Just the video. Yeah. It's still picking us up. Yeah, but the video's gone. Sorry, just technical difficulties. It's not, it's on the machine itself. I gotta get it.
So if we have any more requirements.
If you want to do the fireworks permit, while everybody's still here.
The fireworks permit for Old Town Days? You don't want to open it? We need to.
What is it,
Yeah. There was a $2,000 cost. Okay.
All those in favor? We need to sign in multiple places.
I believe it's for one person to sign the contract. Okay. Okay. Great, thank you. And we have the culvert discussion for Wild Pasture Road. I got an email today about culverts being damaged on Wild Pasture Road, right next to 80 Wild Pasture Road. Matt went out and looked at them. He was unable to make it tonight, but he said he did go by and look at it, and he has someone coming out tomorrow. There is an issue there. He's got it coned off now, and he's hopefully going to have it fixed tomorrow. He has a police detail scheduled for the day because I guess it's extensive. And he should be all set with fixing that. So,
Great.
yep,
Doesn't happen too often.
right. The fire department has a new part-time member the chief would like to appoint. You just gotta sign the top page. The second page doesn't have all of the wording.
Okay, so just sign this
Yeah,
and.
yeah.
And then I need to read
Do the
this.
appointment, yeah.
So I move to, whereas there is a vacancy for the position of part-time fire department, firefighter EMT in the town of Kensington, New Hampshire, and whereas the subscribers have confidence in your ability and integrity to perform the duties of said office, we do hereby appoint Gannon Ritter, and upon taking the oath of office and having this appointment and certificate of said oath of office recorded by the town clerk, shall have the power to perform the duties and be subject to liabilities of such office.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Perfect, thank you.
We have a couple of statements.
We do. Do you mind if we do the road use permit first? While the board members are here in case they wanted to leave. The police chief has called them and talked to them. They had issues with the company in the past, marking up the road. It's a new, person running it. They will only mark the roads with chalk, but they will be going all through Kensington. The route is here, so it's pretty much all through Kensington. It goes from Smutty Nose, yeah, over off Hampton, yeah, to a farm. Yeah, and the chief is okay with it. So, and he's already worked everything out for the details, so he doesn't have any issues with this anymore.
When's the race?
It's gonna be,
August 2nd?
when?
August 2nd?
Yeah. Yeah.
Motion to approve the road use permit for Smutty Nose event on August 2nd for bike race through Kensington.
Second.
I'll make a second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
It's Gannon Ritter. Thank you. Here's Smutty Nose event. It's gonna be for August 2nd. The next, you wanna do the abatements now?
I don't care what order makes sense.
Okay, so this one is going to be, okay, this is all one. It is for 126 Drakewater Road. They had a home on the property and they did a demo on it. And when the taxes came through, they paid for the whole year on a property that wasn't there. The house had been demoed. So Avatar is suggesting an abatement for $1,500 for him, for taxes.
Abating 1,500?
Yep, 1584, I don't know the exact amount, it's written there. Yep, that's what it comes down to in dollars. And that would be for the 24 tax year. 2025, he'll pay on the brand new house that he has, and it's all up
The
and
house is completed.
it's completed now.
So the new house is completed, so next year.
Completed.
2025, he's paying the normal taxes. This is all for 2024, these abatements. All of these decisions are 2024 taxes, not 2025. Yeah. So it had to be what was there in 2024.
Yeah, so we got.
And the building wasn't there,
Wasn't
yeah.
there, we started new construction, we started the new building right away.
Right. Right. As of April 1st, there wasn't anything there. And there hadn't been over the winter. I think they had demolished it the fall before or something like that in 23. Yeah.
I don't know the dates out off the top of my head.
Right. Yeah. Right. Right.
Here's the motion.
I think I said the same. Motion to approve the abatement.
All those in favor?
And then you just have to sign in two spots, please. One is for the disposition and one is for the approval of the abatement. And that is the only one that Avatar recommended to approve. There are, I think it's 5 others here. 1, 2, 3, 4, yep. 5 other abatements that I have that are all recommended to deny. So I don't know if you wanted to do them by case numbers, or if you wanted to do out all the maps and lots, but they're all recommended to deny, and they're all right here. So however you want to do that, you could do a recommendation to follow Avatar's thoughts on the abatements and just mention the maps and lots, and that would cover it.
You want a large motion or?
Yes, they're all denials, if that's what you agree with, and one motion would be sufficient.
I'm happy to make a
That's
motion.
what?
Unless someone took it more. So I move to move forward with Avatar's recommendation to deny the abatements for map 3, lot 28, map 3, lot 21, map 3, lot 22, map 3, lot 21, sub-01,
Oh, sorry.
map 8, lot 59.
All right, all those in favor?
Thank you. And then you would just need to sign each of those, please. So these are all the denials on the top. This is the only one that was approved. If you wanted to, we could put these as an addendum and put them right on the website with the minutes. It's up to you.
Yeah, I think that would be easier done.
And I mean, you could do the cover page, and then if people wanted to see any more, they could come to us for the
Yeah.
actual results.
Yeah.
You sign them? These are all signed? Okay, yep, perfect. Thank you. I have bills and payroll that need to be signed off on, and we do have to go into non-public for consideration of pending claims. And then if you wanted to approve the July 7th meeting minutes, that would be great.
I had one edit on them. I think it notes that Gus was here for it, and I don't think you were for the 7th. Were you? You weren't here, so that was July 7th that you missed. For the meeting minutes? Yeah, I think that was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, do you want to sign off on the bills and payroll first? Or do you want to do it? Okay, it's up to you. We can do it when we come back into public session if you wanted to. Doesn't matter. Do you guys have anything else? All right. Then the only other thing is Wednesday night is our large groundwater public hearing here with the state. So that'll be at 6 o'clock. And they'll,
in this room?
yep, they're gonna run the meeting, so you don't even have to sit as a board, but I did post it, so if you wanted to make any comments as a board, you could. But they will run the meeting.
Wednesday?
Wednesday at 6.
Wednesday at 6.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you have it in your calendar already, Gus.
The only other thing that's on the water, remember how they, people were calling.
Do these all get attached?
Permits for wells. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
You know, with the well, we don't have permits for wells.
We don't have-
Testing and so on.
We don't.
With that little issue from that young lady there about the issue she had with the mercury in
The arsenic, yeah, in her
the
well.
arsenic, I'm sorry, the arsenic.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe she should do something about some sort of yearly inspection. I don't know how to look at that.
More of a notification to people.
Something.
Yearly would probably be a good way to put it out there, because when people do move in, they don't realize that they have to take care of the arsenic systems that they have in their homes. If they're coming from city or town provided water, they don't understand the systems that they have in their homes.
And all we're required as far as permits concerned, is that the well is 75 feet away from the.
Yeah, there's no testing requirements.
Testing requirements.
No, no. I'm not sure how to address that just yet.
Yeah, well, I'm going to ask a few other people, I'll find out a little more information. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Do these attach to this, or is this something separate that you need us to sign?
Nope, this is just the reimbursement that I got back.
Okay.
Oh, and these are the minutes for July 7th. Okay, so Bob Gustafson, I see. He's listed there. So this is where she just wanted to strike that from these minutes because Bob wasn't here.
Okay.
And that's the only edit you had?
So we can get a motion for
Yeah.
the minutes on July 7th.
Yeah.
To one change.
Move to approve the minutes from July 7th with the one noted edit. I don't think so.
What one was in here? So I'll second it.
Yep.
Those in favor? Aye.
Perfect. Thank you for keeping up with those. Appreciate it. This is the non-public And it would be E because it's pending litigation.
So I move to enter a non-public session for RSA 91A3 to E, consideration or negotiation of pending claims for litigation.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Will we see you Wednesday night? Yeah, definitely. All right. We'll see you then.